Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is Lenny, and today I'm going to be discussing Hideo Kojima's 2001 Metal Gear Solid 2, originally released for the PlayStation 2. This game, much like its predecessor, sets the standards for video games at the time of its release. In 2001, we had GTA 3, Halo, and Smash Bros. Things were doing great for video games. Then MGS2 released and blew everything out of the water. Even to this day, more than 20 years later, this game still holds up perfectly. Just like my first Metal Gear video, I want to talk about what core themes resonate with me. Metal Gear Solid 2 is many things. A fun action game, a thrilling stealth espionage. MGS2 is a complex narrative that even I still try to understand. This video will contain heavy spoilers. If you haven't experienced this game, I recommend you go out and buy it before continuing this video. This intro is long enough. Let's dive into this video. The year is 2001 and Kojima is working on the newest Metal Gear. A small demo was released alongside with the Zone of Enders game. Hype for the new game is rising and everyone is excited to play as Snake in the new story.
Snake, do you remember the sinking of that tanker 2 years ago?
Of course.
And by the way, Snake, we're changing your code name for all following communication.
Wait, that's not Snake. Yeah, Kojima did the old bait and switch on us back in 2001, releasing only Snake in the trailers and leaving out our poor boy Raiden. Even I was unaware of Raiden during my first playthrough. And man, does Kojima's expansive story writing show in the plant opening. But what even is a Raiden? During World War II, the Imperial Japanese Navy Air Service was using the JM2 Raiden. On the battlefield, it was also known as Jack. So I was doing some research on the development team on Metal Gear Solid 2, and I got really into Fukushima's work, primarily on Metal Gear. He helped a lot on the codec calls for the Solid games, and worked on Ghost Babel. I've yet to play Ghost Babel and the old games. One of these days I'll get around to playing them. For MGS2, I love the codec calls in this game. Some go on for longer than needed.
Why would he be in there?
Well, you never know. He's AWOL and...
Even AWOL, a normal guy wouldn't go into a woman's bathroom. You're the only one I know who would. You're like really strange.
Some alright. So in the game, Raiden is ordered by Roy Campbell. He led the first mission with Snake back in MGS1. Raiden is mission to take down the terrorists that took over the oil plant and have taken the president hostage. Throughout the game, we meet the terrorists and take down most of them. My favorite is Fat Man, the bomb specialist. He grew up making basic bombs but moved on to nuclear with age. A rather interesting villain. My second favorite is Fortune. She has a small magnetic field that surrounds her body. Nothing can hurt or touch her. She's a tragic character, child of war, much like our protagonist Snake and Raiden. We don't find out Raiden's a child soldier till much later into the game, when we meet the leader of the terrorist group, our father, and the ex-president of the United States, George Sears. Meeting him unveils a deep suppressed memory for Raiden. He starts tweaking out.
Snake, have you ever enjoyed killing someone?
What are you talking about?
I'm not sure. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference between reality and a game.
Most of the entire game takes place inside of a Metal Gear. Well, on top of it. Hold up, I thought you said it was an oil plant. Yeah, that's what I thought when I first played the game. But after escaping the Metal Gear, we find out what it really is. It's a giant freaking fortress, man. Codenamed Solid as Snake. Being the ex-president put him in a really good place of power. So he planned this all out. Fooled the media by making a fake oil plant because of a spill caused by your brothers. In the tanker chapter of the game, you play as Snake 2 years prior to Raiden's chapter. Snake's mission is to find out where the Metal Gear is being transported by the Marine Corps. In the end of MGS1, Ocelot released the Metal Gear schematics. Now there's Metal Gears popping up all over the world. Snake is working with Autogon for philanthropy, a small group they created. Autogon is a real chill guy he met in Shadow Moses. That's where the first game takes place. On the Marine tanker, Snake sneaks inside and finds the Metal Gear, and that on the way in, they were followed by Russians and Ocelot. After taking some photos of the Metal Gear, Ocelot reveals himself to everyone. Then suddenly, Liquid Snake appears. Somehow Liquid's arm is on Ocelot, and his spirit is too? Yeah, don't ask me anymore about that. Anyways, Liquid Ocelot steals the Metal Gear and destroys the tanker along with it. This obviously would stir up a lot of controversy in the media, so Liquid Ocelot, working for the current president, George Sears, makes a plan to take the Metal Gear back to Arsenal Gear, the giant fortress that the Raiden chapter takes place in. Solid as Snake builds an oil plant on top of the Arsenal Gear to clean up the oil spill from the exploded ship in order to fool the media. It's a crazy twist finding out the whole plant is just a cover for the Metal Gear. Of course, this isn't cool, yo. So Raiden has to take down Solidus and escape Arsenal Gear. While doing this, we find out that Arsenal Gear isn't just a fortress, but actually a shield for these AIs inside the ship. These AIs talk to Raiden and reveal more secrets. The biggest twist is that the tanker and plant chapter of the game was planned out by these AIs. They are also in control of the media and give orders to Solid Snake. In fact, for Raiden, he was being directly ordered by an AI. At least for the plant chapter of the game, Roy Campbell wasn't real and was actually an AI. So now knowing that, the first chapter of the game and most of Raiden's life was planned out by these AIs brings Raiden to an existential crisis. Who's real? Who isn't? Thankfully for Raiden, our GOAT Solid Snake is here to help Raiden finish his mission. Snake had been working deep undercover after faking his death after the tanker explosion. He hides very close to the enemy. Him and Snake go deep into the Arsenal gear in order to take down Solidus Snake. While this brutal bloodbath is happening, Solidus directs the Arsenal gear to crash into Manhattan. After waking, father and son have a showdown. This is my absolute favorite fight in the entire game. You use a blade gifted from Snake and you have a duel to the death. But before the fight begins, the AIs give one last speech to just how much power they have over the world.
Raiden, are you receiving? We're still here.
How's that possible? The AI was destroyed.
Only GW.
Who are you?
To begin with, we're not what you'd call human.
AIs being computers are super efficient and productive, allowing thousands of words to be strung together using backed up information. Slowly, these AIs realize the people that made them are nowhere fit to have the power that they have. Perfectly said by the AIs taking over Rose's comms.
The individual is supposed to be weak, but far from powerless. A single person has the potential to ruin the world.
So the AIs began their century-long plan to control human will. Not to destroy it, but to numb it down. This is obviously wrong on so many levels. Yeah, humans are primitive, we do really silly things, but that shouldn't mean we lose the right to freely live. I recently took an interest in dystopian novels. Fahrenheit 451 and A Brave New World novel caught my eye recently. Both in these stories, our protagonist comes to question what they believe. In the book Fahrenheit 451, the character Guy Montaigne is a fireman, but in his world, firemen don't put out fires. They burn books, specifically books from the old world. In Montaigne's world, critical thinking is frowned upon. In A Brave New World, one of the protagonists, John, comes from the outside world into the world state of Aldous Huxley's beautifully crafted story. John is outcasted by the world state because he is different, but where he is from, his tribe, none of his practices are present, so of course he is different. These two stories resonate deeply with me when looking at Metal Gear Solid 2 story. In Raiden's world, his society is already on that path towards control of people's will. Only difference is, instead of evil rulers controlling people, it's AIs. Much like the movie The Matrix, our character Neo feels as if something is missing from his life. He has a well-paying job, hobbies to keep him busy, but something isn't right. There's more to him than just a desk job. After a mysterious message appears on his computer and leads him to a guy that claims to have what he is missing, a greater purpose. Neo follows the mysterious man into the real world and finds out his entire life was inside of a digital world controlled by AI. Just like Neo, Raiden knows there's a greater purpose missing from his life and follows a mysterious man to find this purpose. But instead of a digital world being controlled by AIs, the AIs in Metal Gear live in the real world and control the digital landscape, putting certain things in the media and putting out certain films. I really like MGS2 and these other stories because they're complex themes. In today's world, the regulation of AI control on media is rising, and as I read more media and watch more movies, I can't help but think, if we don't change our ways as individuals and as a society, we are heading where these stories are. Being able to create, learn, live freely is most important, and we shouldn't burn books or outcast people because of their skin or beliefs. And we most importantly shouldn't accept mediocre lives. Just like Snake says in the end of MGS2.
Life isn't just about passing on your genes.
This means not to just live, but live with great purpose that lifts others up.
Listen, don't obsess over words so much. Find the meaning behind the words, then decide. You can find your own name and your own future.
Decide for myself?
And whatever you choose will be you.
I don't know if I can.
I know you didn't have much in terms of choices this time.
You mean start over?
Yeah, a clean slate, a new name, new memories. Choose your own legacy. It's for you to decide. It's up to you.
Alright guys, that brings me to the end of my Metal Gear Solid analysis video. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you stuck all the way through, please like and subscribe. Peace out.